Okay.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, we're here. Hey, what up? There we go. Welcome. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Welcome.
We're just gonna sit and chill and let everybody get in here real quick.
Yeah.
I am going to send Ned the link to make sure if they are interested in coming in.
Yeah, they did show interest to come in. They were like, I also want in. I'm like, you have to talk to Shesh for that.
Oh yeah. Hey, there we go. Cool. So, you guys having fun?
That was chef's kiss. That was like, oh my god.
Oh, thanks.
I was just like,
Pretend that the Rickroll was the real video. You guys like that shit?
oh my god.
Well played.
Just,
the goats helped.
yeah. Your sense of humor is so good. Oh my god. And how you like translate it into your videos, it's like amazing. I love it.
Thanks.
That's an
Holy
art.
crap.
That's just
Holy crap. You got us good.
Thanks. I mean, you guys mostly figured it out. It's, I mean, the tweet and the description of that video, the capital letters in the first one spell out Rick, and then roll is capitalized, and then I was using the,
Like I said, it took me a minute because I wasn't paying that close attention to Twitter yesterday. So, yeah.
Wait. So you're saying that everything we do that is planned isn't hidden?
No, a lot of the time, like, okay, so most of the time when I say I'm doing something, I've usually said out loud live at some point that I'm doing the thing. Most of the time.
Oh, hey guys, wait a minute. I'm appearing behind a 3D anime-style avatar. Oh shit, it's hypersexualized. Oh wait, kinda is, because it's got boob jiggle.
Well, yeah, some people can't get away with doing that because, well, you know, Carpenter's best friend.
sorry. For me, it's like, you know, so Crafty is ignorant. That's established. That was established long time ago. It has been repeated again, right? And so others who are not ignorant and are aware and are way ahead of her, they should fall prey to her ignorance again and again and again. And she never corrects herself when she's corrected or asked that she corrects herself. She never does that. She doubles down, and then she threatens people. She threatened the creator of Ivy. Oh, you don't want to mess with me. What are you going to do? Spread rumors about them? You already started. And that point that you made, Shesh, in the end, that was very good. That it seems like Crafty is okay. Shifa said that, Ned, they are racist, but she's okay with them. So it looks like Crafty is okay with hanging out with racists and, you know, similar people, as long as they don't give her pushback on anything, or they just go along with whatever she does.
It's
no wonder.
It's the infinite search for attention and acceptance, and knowing what I do about her history and background, it doesn't surprise me.
She has the same problem that Nat going into the KJ community had. She kind of came out of nowhere, acted like she had some kind of clout or pull, and then just uses it to try and shit on people that she doesn't want around. As if, like, she gets to be the one to dictate who's around interacting with who. She's the type of person who is gonna go around to say, hey, no, you shouldn't talk to that person, and you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that.
And, it's like, oh, my thought was, that's why I was saying, like, no wonder she's okay with hanging around with people who support racists, like, and she never ever made any efforts to make her friends, you know, stop talking about me, that I doxed her. She never made any efforts to stop Unirock when he kept accusing me falsely of doxing her, and when Exile kept, you know, like, went wherever she could and post, you know, that we doxed her, and she dragged in Steve and Shesh for that for some reason. So she never made any effort to stop them, and when we tried to tell her, listen, this was the deal, you need to stop them, she first made excuses and then she ghosted us. And
Well,
then
let's be clear about what the agreement was. Let's make sure that it's painfully clear what was agreed to. Because some people have been talking and alluding to things, which of course they're talking out their ass.
yeah, the agreement was that Crafty will stop making false accusations against 82 and I and anyone else, and she will stop discussing the issue of doxing because whatever was going on in the background with her. But she will stop doing it altogether, and she will tell her friends to stop doing it too, and she will make sure they will stop doing it. They will stop. She will tell them and make sure they will stop doing it. She did nothing of that sort.
Now let's be clear. This agreement was made between Crafty Keela
And Reds. Yeah.
And we weren't a part of the conversation, but we heard about it after, and we were like, you know what? We can do that.
Yeah. And we did it. We held our side of bargain, but Crafty never did it. She came up in side chats talking about doxing, how she was doxed, who doxed her. She always did that. She gave interviews, for fuck's sake, wherever she. And so I've seen some instances. So I don't know how many more instances are there where she went on other channels and did it. I don't know. So I don't know how far she has spread these accusations against 82 and I. And I'm fucking pissed. I've been keeping quiet. She took advantage of that. She thought because, oh yeah, I can walk all over both 82 and Manya. And now I've decided, no, I'm not going to let her walk over me. So I'm going to start the new year with a bang. Crafty, I'll see you tomorrow at my live stream, where I will present evidence that, you know, you were never doxxed, number one, and I never doxed you, so you can go fuck yourself.
I have seen some contention from people saying that Crafty didn't threaten to dox anybody. So, here's the thing with that. Okay, first off, my video was not about that. There are other videos that are about that, and if you want to see argumentation for, like, why what she had said was problematic, those videos will be the appropriate place to see those videos, right? Or see that argumentation. That was the clip I used. Wasn't to take her out of the context. It was just to remind people what she had said. And, like, that's what had happened. Because that was, like, what, 2 years ago now? And now, if I remember correctly...
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, she had said, but I'm not the kind of person to do that. Well, it says who? We've seen what the fuck she's been saying and doing for the past 2 years now. I feel like she is the kind of person to do that. And, because we can't take her word for it, right? And on top of that, you have to have a good reputation to be able to even say something like that in the first place, to say, well, I'm not the type of person to do that. If your reputation is shit, and your reputation is... you're a crappy person who does shit like that, then saying, oh, I don't do stuff like that isn't a very good excuse for that. On top of that, if I also remembering correctly, a bunch of us, because she was threatening Ilya, and a bunch of us, not long after she made that video and she started getting pushback, a bunch of us got messages that said, hey, don't speak out against what you're doing and what you're saying, or we are going to put out Ilya's information. And the information they were threatening to put out had the same errors in it that the information we knew Crafty had. So the answer at the end of the day is, I don't give a shit what Ilya did after the fact. That doesn't excuse Crafty's behavior initially. And even if it was after the fact, like say Ilya was a piece of shit lying about whatever the fuck she was lying about, she still shouldn't be doxxed.
Exactly. No one deserves to be doxxed, for fuck's sake. But you know who
it doesn't accomplish anything.
Yeah, you know who was threatened to be doxxed and almost got doxxed? Me.
Yep.
Because of what Crafty started. TeamSkeptic threatened to dox me. He even took the name of my university.
Oh, but if he says, these are threats, I'm giving you these threats, and then a couple minutes later says, oh, but I'm not that kind of a person. I'm sorry, no, that's still a threat. The threat still stands.
No. You know what he did? He took my university's name. He took my university's name, and some dipshits in Unirock's live chat went out, searched for my profile with that university name, and found my 8-year-old profile. They were getting close to me. If I hadn't shut down, I took responsibility and shut down my public profiles, they would have found me. So this is all Crafty who started it. And Crafty, let me ask you something. If what you said about Ilya, I have your details, but I'm not that kind of person, I really wanted to hurt you. If that's not a threat to dox, why is me asking about a video a dox?
Yeah.
You have double standards.
Because she's scared. Let's get right to the nuts and bolts of it. She has cultivated a gaggle of fuckwits around her that she enjoys, and she is absolutely terrified of losing any one of them if they actually knew some of the things in her history.
I feel like you don't even need to know much about her history to not want to be associated with somebody like this.
Yeah.
Well, one would hope. One would hope that you would see the behavior and the way this person constantly attacks and is passive aggressive. Oh no, but they're always the victim while they're the ones continuing to speak. They're the ones continuing to poke and prod and doing exactly what they say they're against. But apparently it's not that clear to some people because, oh boy, are they whipped, and not in the good, fun, kinky kind of way.
There's another aspect to this too that has to do with like that kind of an interplay where you have like, well, I'm not going to do it because I don't even necessarily think that the messages that we had initially got during that whole dox thready thing, because the pushback she got was, hey, maybe you should change a little bit of this, and it wasn't like nobody. It's like, it sounds bad. You should probably change that, and we're a group of people that is like against doxing and have always been against doxing. I don't know how many videos at this point I've made that say, don't dox people.
And I'm the same every time. No one deserves to be doxed, but for some reason, I get doxed, and no one cares around it. Oh, people are saying, oh, I was asking for it.
Well, and you've got this situation where the pushback that Crafty got wasn't really that bad. It was, hey, this sounds bad, you should probably change it. It wasn't until she started acting like a shithead and we all started getting these messages that everybody's like, okay, you need to take responsibility for this because these are the consequences of what you're doing, and you need to you need to correct this. And then and then she started being a shithead to everybody, and then everybody was like, okay, well, fuck this bitch.
Right.
Like, why should we have to, defend you in any way? And it's like she's trying to make it like it was about because she somehow like knew what Ilya was before everybody knew what Ilya was. No, dipshit, it's about your behavior.
Right.
It's about your behavior, your constant.
In this video that the hangout that I had used, she's still making it about Ilya and Punchy, whom I have not seen. I haven't seen Ilya since, and I haven't seen Punchy in, like, I think I talked to Punchy once or twice just after the stuff about Ilya came out, and then I haven't heard from him since. So I don't know what the fuck she's talking about, why she's still on about this.
I've heard from Punchy once since then.
Yeah.
Once. Also, I just want to point out, how do you like my new cartoonish avatar? It definitely doesn't represent me. Is it over-sexualized? Oh, it is? Okay.
You're only wearing a tie and a hat and a monocle. Like, you gotta put some pants on, man.
That's true. No, because then it wouldn't be overly sexualized.
Oh,
no,
right. Pants
aren't allowed. Just like I have the sweatshirt on, that's all I got on.
What makes you guys think I'm wearing pants right now?
I was about to say, we can't be sure that Ivy-kun is wearing pants.
Is it true? We got a EMP for 5. Actually, sorry, I'll get to that. EMP for 5 said, I'm holding them back. TeamSkeptic. Yes, right. What a fake hero. Right? There's somebody said, Ledian said, how dare anybody ask Crafty to edit a video? Wow, where have we seen this before? Cough, cough, K opinionated, cough, cough, waxy, cough, cough. Like, anybody making false accusations and people being like, hey, maybe address this shit, and then them just crying victim. Wow, never seen this before.
I think they call that a cry bully.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of the VTubers that you flashed across the screen during your video, I mean, she wants to go see a sexualized Avatar, all she gotta do is go to Cirrus's channel, and his
Yeah.
fans do that to him.
And her mods hang out with Cirrus.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, Matt Pig, he's one of her mods, right?
Oh, that
On
guy.
whose channel he went.
I don't know that guy, but I have only ever heard bad things about him, so I don't know.
She went on his channel and talked about the doxing shit, and I don't know, she talked about that someone, I don't know, she mentioned that shit again, and then Matt Big is the one who had Cirrus on and interviewed them. So are you going to call out your own mods, Crafty, or not? Or is like just double standards everywhere?
No, obviously anything bad that happens to her is the fault of people that she already doesn't like. Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. And it astounds me, like, double standards she has. So, and I will keep repeating it, Crafty, for you to understand what your double standards are. For you saying, I really wanted to hurt you, don't forget I have your details, I know your name, etc., is not a dox threat according to you, but me asking for about a video that 82 was going to make,
Maybe.
is a dox.
The thing was like you were asking because it was a maybe.
Yeah, it was a maybe.
And that video was all about Crafty's behavior.
Exactly.
That's
Wow,
it. Her
shocking.
fucking behavior. Which, what are we talking about today? Her fucking behavior.
I'll give you another thing to think about if you have any brains, Crafty, but as Chef said, you have peanuts for brains. That tweet, which had your interview on it, was made in February. 82 and my conversation happened in the coming May. Right? The only person who made the connection of your own profile to that tweet is you. If that's doxing according to you, you dox yourself. I say that's not even doxing because that's a public interview.
Look, guys, I say all the time that my first name is Timothy and that I live in Arizona, but if any of you repeat it, yeah, you just doxed me.
No.
Because that's how that works.
Well, I mean, that means Crafty doxed me because she used my first name in this very stream in the live chat.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Here's another thing, too. And it's not even just this. It's the fact she can get facts wrong atrociously. Because, wasn't it Jared that she accused veterans here, well, I guess veterans in general, but veterans to have all this fucking money?
Oh yeah, apparently I'm a threat because of the sheer amount of capital that is available to me simply because I'm a veteran.
It's a real money train being a veteran.
I'm gonna put this in perspective. Now, I'm filing for disability because of reasons. I know for a fact I'm not going to get 100% disability, but it sure would be nice because that's about $3,300-ish a month. That is complete supplemental of a job. But guess what? Here's the little perk. If someone is a veteran and has applied for the VA service-connected disability, guess what? You can still go do another fucking job and get even more money. Now, because of a lot of us in the military, some of us have specialist backgrounds that allow us to go get decent fucking jobs. Really? You're gonna say because we're a veteran, we get all this fucking money? We get fucked over.
Astronomy Live in the chat. Hey, Astronomy Live. Says, it's like Uni complaining about people using his name when he put his name on his own PayPal he links to when begging for money. Yup. It's like, this is the same, Crafty's level is at it's the exact same of any flat earther. Oh, well, you guys are shill for NASA, so you're all rich, therefore you guys are a threat.
And she...
that sexy NASA chick.
One quick correction, though. I'm actually a shill for the United States Geological Survey, not NASA.
Oh, I'm sure they have, like, so much money.
Oh, yeah. Very well-funded organization right there.
I don't I don't know. There's like a degree of just big, giganto question marks here. Just even in that small clip that I had said, like that I had showed, right?
I think that Crafty's problem is twofold. I think that number one, she is a glutton for attention. And number two, she doesn't have a fucking clue what she's talking about. And, for one thing, I guess I'll introduce you to my avatar.
Hey!
I use this for reasons. And
Scandalous.
yes, this is my
That looks kind of
avatar.
over-sexualized. Yeah. So that hoodie is doing it for me.
Is it?
Oh, boo. He hung up.
Oh, you scared him away.
I did! Oh,
Darn
no!
it.
I must have sexually harassed him.
It's so,
Yeah.
so cute. Oh my goodness.
I think Discord got so overly sexualized that it disconnected. Holy crap!
So,
And see, we're also going to break this up. This isn't like, us dumping a lot of money into this. We both made this shit for next to nothing, and we used default hardware. A computer, a webcam, a little bit of lighting, and a free program. Oh my god. If you want to go a little bit further on that, guess what? You could do it with your own fucking phone.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing, that video, because Beeble makes a good point. In my opinion, that video, if not a dox technically, is as close as it comes. It had her full info, her voice and accent are recognizable as fuck. I agree, but the distinction is that she agreed to have that video be public. Had she, if that video had not, and that recording, if she had not agreed for that video to be public and somebody else had published it behind her back, that would be fucking hugely problematic. But you know who wouldn't have been the people who doxed it because they found it? Anybody. It would only be the responsibility of the people who posted it. However, it might be considered offside. It might be not appropriate if you were to find something and be like, oh, well, shit, I found this person. Whoops. And then blast it everywhere.
And let's just add a little icing on the cake of the background and the genesis of that interview video.
Sure.
It was while she was a candidate for political office. It was featured and promoted on fucking Facebook.
Yep. If you can Google the information, it's not private. Sorry, what was that, Ned?
She never was a politician?
No, she was.
No, she ran.
Yep.
Yeah,
She ran. She lost, but she ran.
I want to say doxing is sort of like stealing. You can't do it to yourself. I can't steal my own computer. What would it even mean?
On the other hand, too, is that, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I also still was a nice guy in the screenshot that I took of that initial tweet. I still blocked out that link, so you couldn't, like, look at the video and type it through. Now, you could go find the tweet yourself, like, but anybody can do that, and anybody can do that off of her community post. You don't need my video to do that.
Right, because she's the one who made the connection.
She's the one who posted it.
Yeah.
she made the connection. No one.
That tweet has one retweet on it. And I think it's mine from after the fact. Way after the fact, because people asked me where this, like, what the hell, where is this, what is this? And I was just like, well, I'm getting accused, you brought my name up, here's the tweet.
And again, I don't know if it's her ignorance at that time about how Twitter works. She conveniently hit the account photograph, as if to show she's attempting to hide, she's attempting to stop people from looking for it. Mm-hmm. You bitch, there's something called advanced search on Twitter, and just because you put that whole thing, the phrase out from that tweet, people were able to find it. You bitch. Either you're ignorant or you're being ignorant on purpose, so you look like that you're trying to hide the person who retweeted it, and in turn insinuating in your community post that it was either I or 82 who did it without any proof.
Yeah, because she hides the top part of, like, what the account was, and I don't know why she did that.
Yeah, it's no use hiding it.
Well, also stating who it was, yeah.
she's doing it on purpose, in my personal opinion, so that people can go and actually find the tweet.
My guess.
She's doing it on purpose.
My guess
That's
is
how conniving she is.
She probably reverse searched the link herself, found it, and then like tried to connect it to anybody she could in order to get attention.
There's also the Wayback website, Glober Mom says. Yeah, that's a good point. The thing is like, if it had her private information... That tweet does not say Crafty's name in it anywhere. It makes she's not tagged. It's a standalone tweet. None of us are tagged in it. It's not in reply to anybody. It's not in reply to anything. It is a standalone on its own. Some random account made this tweet. And the thing is, I don't know. I don't even know what the point is of talking about what doxing is anymore. I think we all know, and the people who like to make these accusations, they know too. They just don't care.
The only person who could have found that tweet is somebody who knew the URL of that.
Who was looking for it, yeah.
Right. That's the only possible way. So that's why I say that only people that could have found it is somebody who knew about that interview to begin with. So she is one of the only likely candidates to begin with. And she's the one who called it out. So I think that she is like prime suspect number one in my book.
The other thing too is that she Barbara Streisand the hell out of herself so badly that if you Google Crafty Keela, that interview is one of the top things that shows up now, and another one that's written.
You know what I did when I found out that people were looking for my profile? I hibernated it quietly. Did nothing else. Nothing else. But Crafty Keela, oh, I was doxxed. Fuck. And it's funny, like, I kind of believe, like, I have a personal belief that she was the one who put out that tweet. She was just waiting for someone to come across it. People came across it. They kept quiet. But as soon as, 82 repeated, I don't even know, like, she's a failed politician.
4 words. There were 4 words.
People can agree on one conclusion based on their own, personal opinions.
It's just
you're a failed politician.
It's a bad argument.
That 82 is the one who tweeted that in February, and nobody retweeted the shit out of it. Okay.
So therefore, Manya.
Sorry.
Therefore Manya.
Yeah, and that whole thing. Sorry, if it was me, I would have found ways to make it more visible. Because when I do something, I don't do it half-assed.
See, and this is the one thing that irritates me, is doxing shit. People getting doxed is bad.
Yes.
Period. End of story, because bad shit can and sometimes does fucking happen. In some cases, not so much, but in general, yes, it fucking happens. EVE Online, part of the community I'm part of, it's a video game. We've had a dox happen before. A proper fucking dox.
Mm-hmm.
There was a shit that happened way back in the day when the game was just getting its legs underneath it. Someone leaked someone's information. They went to that person's house and cut the fucking power to it.
Yep.
This isn't shit where, especially me. This happened in my own fucking community. Granted, it was a few years before I was there, but I know about it. It is prevalent in that fucking community that this shit happens. Doxing is not to be taken lightly, and sure as hell is not to be...
Thoughts by Jay Brown says, apparently Tim Pool got swatted last night just as bad as doxing. Doxing can lead to swatting. Like,
exactly.
Don't dox people.
Yeah, you can't swat unless you can't swat unless you have someone's dox.
Yep.
Because you need an address in order to swat someone.
Yep. Manu, you're muted.
Thanks. If people said that what Garth Dryland did in Uni's live stream is not doxing, that what for me, for asking a simple question about a video is not doxing, Crafty, shut the fuck up. And if you think that you linking that tweet on your community page and making that connection is not doxing, then that tweet itself is not doxing because it never made the community that connection with you. So fuck off, for God's damn sake, and go and do your shit.
I mean, I have my own suspicions about who I might think the account is, but at the end of the day, we don't know. And on top of it, that's only assuming, that's making the first step in assuming that it has anything to do with anybody in the online communities that are related to Crafty, and wasn't someone from her real life or her community, her political community, that found out about it.
Yeah, I have no idea if it has anything to do with anybody here.
Right, exactly.
I can't connect it to anybody here. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it is.
The fact remains that she goes out of her she goes out, attacks people without any proof, without any evidence, and people are supposed to just take a word for it. And then she acts all Pikachu surprise face when people decide to stand up for themselves.
Well, and then threatens them. And then threatens them for don't talk about me, talk about you. Glober Mom says Crafty has a stream on the Non Sec Show crew tomorrow. Well. Did she fix the spelling of non sequitur in her thumbnail yet? Because she spelled the name of the show wrong.
I doubt it.
If you type non and you start typing sequitur, the YouTube pops it up for you. And if you can't even get it correct, then I have no hope for you. So we have Ned in our live stream today. It started with this whole thing. This video was around Ned's.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to that because, like, oh, hold on. There's like this whole bit of like, oh, Ned, you're such a creep because you have a puppet working with you. What the hell, dude? How dare you?
That's the same as. Would you say that to Jim Henson?
Yeah, anybody who runs a puppet. Yep.
Or with the other guy, what the hell, ventriloquist?
Oh, yeah.
I was really baffled when I heard her say that I do this completely nasty stuff on my channel. My channel is about making jokes. I make jokes and I turn them into fake news and all that kind of stuff. And then she comes up with a bunch of lies that are so easily being refuted because everyone who knows my channel knows it's not true. But she just thinks that everyone believes her, maybe for her sexy Irish accent or something.
I think she's banking on people being too lazy to look it up.
Why does she do that?
She's too lazy to. She's banking on people being too lazy to go and actually look at your channel.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Actually, not being skeptics and not listening whatever she says. I don't know why they give her so much of credibility. I have no fucking idea. But you know how you establish credibility? When you present claims, when you present proof for your claims, like Shesh did when she presented a case about the VTubers and how ignorant Crafty is. So, like, yeah, that's what I keep saying. She's ignorant as fuck. She doesn't want to improve. She doesn't want to learn. And she wants people to fall prey to her ignorance, and people should be fine by it for some reason. Why?
Well, she cannot handle criticism at all. Oh, no. Not even a little.
I have something else.
Yeah.
Did you know that Crappy? Keep calling her Crappy. That she offered to do Ivy's voice.
Oh.
Oh, you know what? Maybe.
She offered to do the voice, and she absolutely knows that I am Ivy, and that the whole stuff about it is all a lie.
Then why is she acting like she was surprised?
Wow.
Yeah, and that's not only the only thing. I made Ivy. Ivy started like 7 years ago. I made the first animation I made myself. And I used the voice of an Ivona text-to-speech voice, and that voice name was Ivy, and that's how she got her name. And nobody ever asked, who is Ivy? They all knew it was me. And now I have this new animation, and
all you have to do is click on your channel. All you have to do is click on you in the live chat to go to or a comment, go to channel, and it shows either your, depending on which account you're on, you're either on Ivy or you're on Dutch, and Dutch has Ivy in the picture, and Ivy has it all over the description. I don't know how you can possibly think that somebody with a clearly typed out text-to-speech voice is a real person.
And I also want to say that no one's under any obligation to actually know if a separate channel by the same person is actually by the same person. Like, if any one of us here wanted to make another channel with another topic and another avatar and a different voice, there's no obligation that you connect those channels in the first place. But now she's going to complain about how Dutch is trying to trick people into thinking Ivy is an actual anime girl, because, yeah, that's a real thing that people are going to think. And he actually is going to the trouble of linking the two channels, which, again, no obligation. It's beyond insane to think that this is somehow tricking people. I'm sorry, am I tricking people into thinking I'm an actual Ceratosaurus? Because I don't think I am, but maybe I am. I don't know.
Well, there are people who are too slow even for the short bus out there, and we've all run into them, sadly. But going off of what you just said,
do you think
Ned,
Crafty's upset by busy?
And hang on. This goes to a bigger point here, and even Bible, this is more towards you, knowing where Bible said most shocked about the Ivy stuff. To be honest, I know the other stuff is hate boner driven, but what the fuck with Ivy? You're gonna see a common thread when you actually look at the history with Crafty here.
Yeah.
It's always been because she's either been rebuked or turned down for a position or some sense of authority in the background at each and every turn. Every person in this online sphere that she has a problem with, it's because in some way, shape, or form, they didn't give her her way.
Yep. I have an important question to ask Dutch. By the way, it's been a long time since I've talked to you, and I'm actually kind of sorry that that's been the case. We always had a lot of very awesome conversations.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey everyone, I'm back. Sorry.
Wanted to ask, have you made any edits to the model that you use for Ivy? Like, after you've if you've obtained the license to use it, have you made any edits to, like, I guess, sexualize it in any way, or is it just the default model that you're using?
The only thing I did was making her face a little bit more narrow to make her look a little bit more old. That's all I did.
Oh, so you tried to make it look older.
Yeah,
so that
I wanted to have her grow up. So when she was older, her face was less rounded and more narrow, and that's the only thing I did, because when you see the first Ivy films, she has a round face of a really young girl, and later on her face starts to grow. That's the only thing I did.
Complete depravity.
I more about this thing because it's a standard face rig character.
Yeah, Ivy is like the base model. It's like she's not even like that. Like, if you look comparatively to Ivy and you go find like the program, it's pretty much the base model as compared to like what Nikki or Mr. Sirius was using, which is not base model. That's got a little bit more tweaks to it. Or like the Goblin. Really, if you remember the Goblin intro with the fire and the beach, I used a VR program to do that. Right? So it's the same program.
No one else has used this thing. I have never seen it everywhere else. Probably only children use it in
So like so
the only one who uses it.
So like anime artists who are young and they draw and draw these like younger, cartoons, or anime for people to, read and stuff. So they're trying to fool people? Are you fucking kidding me? It's like, she's she's hopeless for me. She doesn't want to grow. She doesn't want to learn.
She
hopeless.
reminds me of Katie Joy and like Kay and it's the whole shebang. She just throws out accusations to try and throw around as if she's got any kind of clout. She actually doesn't have any clout, so she tries to. You'll notice she doesn't bring any of these serious accusations that would be really problematic up on any of the larger channels that she shows up on. So she banks on those larger channels to get people to come over to her channel, where then she's going to spew her nonsense. Or if she doesn't really spew it too much on her channel, she weaponizes other people's platforms, and they're just okay with that, I guess.
You know, she's slithering herself into all kinds of groups, and when she cannot use them anymore, she just dumps them.
Oh yeah.
She really has nothing on Ned.
A lot of the time, she doesn't
why.
actually just dump them either. She'll start slandering them as if they did anything.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what this is.
Can I make one confession? It is really fun being Ivy in the side chat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's really fun. Like letting her say these childish things. Like I remember from this chat of what's her name, Pie Parrot. Then they were talking about a pink dildo, and Ivy asked, "What's a pink dildo?" And that kind of stuff. That is really so much fun, and I love to do that.
It's no different than playing a character as an actor.
It's playing a character.
I mean, it is. Yeah, it's literally playing a character.
Not everybody on the internet is exactly the same way online as they are offline.
Yeah.
And that's on
I'm
purpose.
too fucking lazy.
Sure.
Ivy,
So-
I always say Ivy's born from a brain fart.
So,
She is mine. I made her. I created her. The first animation, I first draw her myself. I made the animation myself, frame by frame by frame, and then I found these face tracking programs, and now I am even working on a new 3D Ivy, and it will still be the same Ivy, still the same. How do you call it? Twin tails. And
Pigtails.
She will just be the same. It will always be Ivy.
I don't know. I do enjoy that she's the way she's kind of ingrained and lumped herself in, because one of the things that I thought I was gonna get pushback on from this video was that, well, I'm not really friends with those people, like Exiled, Agrippa, the Unirock crew that, you know, are.
Wait, you're not?
I kind of was. I thought
Sorry.
I thought that I was going to get pushback for that, and the thing is they got so triggered by the fact that I was going to stream about something that they were like, yeah, no, we're behind you, we're totally with you, and Crafty's like, yeah, thanks, guys, and I'm like, thanks, perfect. I thought I was gonna actually have to demonstrate this, but you did my work for me. Good job. Thanks, team.
well, I guess they kind of knew that they had nothing to go on to begin with. And, I mean, that's kind of the point. The reason why she went after Ned wasn't because she actually had anything to stand on. It's because Ned, I guess, cracked her ego. So she just wanted to hurt him in any way she could. So she's just like, look at this model he's using, and then now let me think of anything that comes to mind that I can say that's horrible about this person involving this this girl he uses to stream. And then that's what she did.
You'd think
for, like, the whole
that
stream.
I'm kind of expecting people to be like, oh, look, Chesh came out to defend Ned, and I'm sitting here like, I actually haven't defended Ned at all. What I said was your argument is bad. If you're gonna say somebody is like a creep or a pedo or whatever, show it, because the argumentation you used was real bad, and if he is, you need to do a better job, because if you don't or can't, then you're making it more difficult for people to demonstrate in the future.
Yeah, this is a real cried wolf.
There's no need to defend Ned against these random as hell accusations, to be honest.
Yeah, but Ivy is very capable of defending herself.
Exactly.
Just watch the videos.
Yeah.
Exactly. Ridiculous. And that, like,
even then, at this point, from that town bicycle, the only thing that needs to be said back is, okay, that's nice. Where's your evidence?
okay,
That's
and
what should have been said when she was first saying those things. That's why we're talking now. That's why
Right.
we have to have this stream now, which really sucks. We shouldn't have to have this stream now. These so-called debunker people should have been saying this when she was first talking, but they're all a bunch of freaking simps.
No. They're skeptics in name only.
People.
They only care about the clout and the money. They don't actually care about the topic, the subject, or intellectual integrity.
there's a degree
Ding,
though
ding, ding,
of
we have a
like
winner.
there's a degree though where I'm like, I can understand being flustered in the moment. Right? So, like, Schrodinger on TeamSkeptic's channel when Team was going off saying that he was going to assault 82 and that he had the bail money to get away with it, and that, like, he was going to send people or his crew after Manya. Schrodinger in that chat tried to be like, well, rein it in, but he, like, said once or twice, that was it.
It wasn't
and
enough,
then,
obviously.
And then
it didn't-
publicly never did anything or said anything against it after the fact, which I find a little bit concerning, right? Especially with the amount and how ridiculous and aggressive and big this has gotten since it's still going on, and how many months later is this? I wouldn't want my name associated with it, at least.
Allow me to shatter some conceptions that people have of certain other people here as well. Not only did he behave like that publicly about it,
privately.
he said to me, "Oh, he's actually a good guy."
Oh, Schrodinger said this to you about
Schrodinger
Team.
said that about Team.
Okay.
Oh, he's actually really a good guy. My response was, "No, the fuck he isn't."
I would just be like, prove it.
Yeah.
No, he didn't need to prove it because I already have a bevy of Team's actual behavior off camera that shows he is not a good person.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
seen some of those DMs. It's going to be a pretty long road to say the Team is a good guy.
There's actually, you can check out the DMs in one of the videos in the link in the description of the previous video. I'll throw them in the description of this video once we're done also, so that'll be available for people to check out after the fact as well,
Yeah.
if they so desire.
There's a reason why TeamSkeptic hid his live stream where he threatened me and 82. Because it's wrong.
Well, what do you mean? He didn't
No,
just
no,
hide
no.
it. He claimed that he never threatened you guys.
Oh
And-
yeah,
and
he
he-
went back and he just said,
He,
"Oh,
ju-
I never."
he
threatened you."
justified
Yeah, too
it.
bad.
He did a whole stream afterward justifying it, saying that you guys deserved it, and if you weren't doing what you were doing, then nothing would have happened. And then secondly, he then tried to say it never even happened.
Hey, pro tip for people who want to threaten violence against other people online: you can download YouTube videos.
Wow.
The chances of you deleting a video so fast that no one sees it and no one downloads it, it's basically zero.
And don't do it in text, in a public text chat on a Discord server, and then again via direct message to the person you're targeting.
Like, you can't just say it was a slip of the tongue at that point because you were drunk and you were just on a rampage. You went in and specifically sent it to people multiple times in multiple ways from multiple angles.
I'm sure every single time he was just drunk, though. That's the excuse. Just, Team has a little bit too much whiskey, and then he's like, you know what? It's time to threaten to beat someone up.
If you're
have-
never not drunk, then that's just your normal state.
We have...
That's-
Yeah, fair point, yeah.
As proud as it sounds.
We have rum and coke nights over on Steve's channel on a pretty regular basis, and that has never happened. And anytime anybody has gotten, like, a little bit out of line, everybody goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I don't mean, like, not one person who's in charge. Everybody goes, whoa, 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 calm down. Like, hold on a second, what?
Yeah, there's only so much you can excuse by saying, I was
imagine-
drunk at the time. And it's not much.
I can't imagine being in a stream and having somebody say, oh, actually, did you guys know that person, they're actually into kids? And me not going, wait, what? I mean, look at our talk with Ben, when Ben was like, oh, this thing, and me and Steve both went, what? Double take? What did you just say?
Yeah, that's the kind of thing you want some clarification on. Maybe some evidence if it's an accusation against someone else.
Some screenshots, and maybe don't
you know.
let Crafty make all of you look like complete idiots. Like, the thing is like, she didn't just make herself look bad. She made everybody in that stream look bad, and she implicated half of them. They're not, and probably some of the people watching. I didn't take that close of a look at the side chat, but if there was anybody in the side chat using anything but a picture of themselves, which how would you confirm that to begin with? Then they're guilty.
To be perfectly honest, everybody out there listening, if you have information about somebody being like a child predator, that's something that you need to work on with police or professional like people. That's not something you should ever discuss first ever, like online or over the internet. What you'll end up doing is muddling up an investigation pretty horribly. Or you'll be signaling the person who is doing the bad things to hide his stuff better. So what you'll end up doing is making everything worse for everybody involved and actually hurting the victims way worse by doing stuff like that. So if Crafty Keela, if she was actually accurate in what she was saying, she actually did the worst possible thing you could possibly ever do and hurt way more victims than she ever could have possibly helped.
I just like the idea that she thinks we should cancel Samuel L. Jackson because he voiced a white gangster in the Boondocks. I don't know. So like, there's the ramifications is just ridiculous. What if you're trans and you use a female anime avatar to? They need to be canceled now too. Does she need to go after them? That's kind of transphobic, don't you think?
Yep. You need to cancel me because I'm using a female avatar and I'm trans. So.
Well.
So what?
Get out of here, Nikki.
God damn it! That's gonna be the thing from Crew tomorrow, isn't it?
Is back.
Sorry, what was that, Ned?
Nikki was one of the first members of my own server, and we know each other for a long time.
There you go.
Crafty is very superficial, according to me. I think I might have missed some of the talk because I was AWOL, but she's very superficial, man. She's very she has a very narrow view of the world and of people. Everything seems like black and white for her. She doesn't want to understand the nuances, and I'm fucking tired of this shit. And she takes advantages of people's silence. She took advantage of my silence. I kept quiet. I didn't say anything about doxing nor about Crafty, and she took advantage of that. And I'm tired of it. I don't want to sit there and just let these people spread bullshit about me. I'll speak up, and I'll demonstrate how stupid that is. They can do whatever they want if they continue doing it. I know Crafty doesn't have to stop. She might not stop. So I don't care about that. It's about me making my case, showing why Crafty is a bigoted person. And you cannot trust her because she never keeps her word.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean? She said she wasn't that kind of person. Obviously, she wasn't threatening to release somebody's information, or that she could do it if she wanted to. But she's not that kind of person, even though she's that kind of person. You got to take her word for it, right? You just got to trust this random person online that you don't know anything about.
Yeah, she came on Cheshire's live stream and threatened. I don't know with what.
Yeah, I don't know with what either.
Yeah, like as if when last time you did the video, which was such poor demonstration of your, live streaming. No wonder you can't present any evidence of your proof because you don't know how to do it or present it. I have a copy of it. And I went through it. It was so confusing. I guess you made it confusing on purpose, but you have no idea how to do shit. I don't know what you're going to bring this time. I'm ready for it. Bring it on, bitch.
Half of the time, it's a matter of nobody actually cares what you look like or who you are, unless there's something about yourself that you feel like people would care about. What is it that Crafty thinks people would care about in her circles that she's been involved with that she needs to keep a secret? Right?
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not involved with her.
I don't care either. I'm done. Like, she's like, oh, if you want to start this again. Bitch, it never stopped. You never stopped. You never, did what you promised you would do. Your fucking friends who did the live stream yesterday trying to defend you kept accusing me. Unirock, who was defending you yesterday, kept accusing me of doxing you. And then he thought it was okay to try and dox me.
Shocking.
And then you started talking shit in people's live streams, side chats, and on your own channel. You never kept quiet about it. It's on your fucking own community post. You promised you will stop talking about it and you'll stop mentioning people you accused falsely of. What the fuck happened with that police report, Crafty? I would love to know what happened with the police report.
I would like to know that, show that there was
Nothing.
a police report to begin with. How about that?
It's possible. It's possible they noted it
I was
down.
about to say.
But they did
What
nothing
police
about it
report?
because it wasn't a dox.
And it was
I'm
fallacious.
sure that police report, it's stored in the same file cabinet as the FBI report against Chesh.
So I'm.
Or the one against me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that too.
And
It's with
not like,
Kyle's.
you know,
It's with Kyle's CPA paperwork.
Yeah, and stop using Ilya to hide your fucking wrong behavior. Stop using pointing fingers at Ilya because it's you. It's your behavior that we are talking about here. So yeah, and I saw how your friends tried to defend you. Oh, Crafty's nice. I don't know what Mani is doing is menacing. Bitch, I'm here to defend myself. Of course I'm going to be menacing.
This is a.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is an exact repeat of what happened a year and a half ago.
Yep.
This is a repeat of the behavior.
Yep.
I mean, the shills. If anybody doesn't understand what happened with the shills,
Links in the description down below, by the way.
and Ilya, there was a ramp up of behavior with Crafty. She came along at first as trying to be some kind of friend, like, oh, I'm friends with everybody, but then she started up with some problematic behavior, which ramped up to the eventual, I'm just going to call it a dox threat. People want to say it's like a maybe dox threat or whatever. No, whatever. I was there. It made perfect sense at the time that the next thing she would do was a dox threat. From the ramping up of the crap that she was doing, I saw it coming a mile away because that was the next obvious thing that she had to do. And then she did it. And so to me, it looked like a dox threat because that was the obvious thing to do next. And so to everybody else, they wouldn't know because
her behavior too, when people were like, "Hey, this kind of sounds like a dox threat," was not, "Oh shit, no, I didn't mean for it to come off that way. My bad. What can I do to adjust this?" Or even like, "You know what? I'm not going to change it, but that was not my intention, and here's why." No, it was like, "How dare you accuse me? What the fuck?" It sounds kind of like Kyle. Don't forget about what she said about Boole, by the way. Recently.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean her best friend?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Did she make claims that she knew what was on Boole's drives?
Yep.
Did she make that
what was
claim?
that?
How the fuck you know that,
She did.
Crafty? How the fuck do you know that?
Look,
I'd
they're
love to
destroyed,
know.
so there's no way for anyone to say she's wrong.
Well,
She could say anything.
Here's my thing on that one too. Here's my thing on that. Hey, Crafty, when was the last time you came to the United States and visited any one of us? When we were friends, when a lot of us were either friends or at least acquaintances, and all got along and hung out. I'm gonna press X for doubt that you never did. 2. Yeah, my biggest contention recently. Oh yeah, hit kind of downplaying and being mean to Ned and his character Ivy. Yeah, that kind of got me a little bit. Here's my thing. You are pulling the same shit we're fighting against right now about the bullshit that's going on with people that are fucking dragging Bull's name through the fucking dirt. And you just had to jump on that fucking bandwagon. Sorry, bitch. Gloves are off.
I think her ego was cracked by too many people, and she really just wants to try to regain some.
She's very
kind of
sensitive.
relevance. She is, and Ilya, she'll never get
My
back.
ego gets cracked every day in Shesh's Discord. I don't make a big of it. I just go quiet and I'm just like, okay. Hi, I'll come back later.
Can we get Ned to
Crafty
turn
left
himself up because he's
YouTube and
very
Twitch,
quiet?
Over Twitter and everything. She left, and now she's back.
Ned, can you turn your volume up? You're kind of quiet on our end.
Yeah, I have him at 200%, and I still usually can't tell if he's talking.
Nice soundboard, by the way.
Better?
Oh,
yeah.
There we
there
go. Much better.
Yeah.
That big improvement.
I'm not very good at live streams, so this is the first time.
You get used to it. Takes some time.
Oh, that's great.
You were saying that Crafty had left Twitter and
Yeah.
everything, and now she's back.
Yeah, she left. She left. He said she had this the video. Yeah, I'm leaving all this drama and blah 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 blah, and she left.
You can't leave the
And now
drama
she's
when
back.
you
And
are
the
the
first
drama.
No,
And the
so-
first thing I heard was on this live stream of what is his name? Shit, the Scottish guy.
Oh, Tatty?
Oh, Taddy Boogle.
Teddy Bogle. Teddy Bogle is a friend. We have spoken for hours.
Some
and
friend.
I still wonder, how did she change Teddy Bogle's mind about Ivy and me? She
That would actually,
is-
that's a very good question, because realistically, has his mind been changed, first off, or was he just flustered and didn't know what to say, or didn't feel comfortable on his own channel because of her presence?
He didn't feel comfortable because this stream where she did all these things in, we had just enough time to record it, and then it was gone. I think he removed it because I cannot think.
The thing is like
Teddy Bogle that he's in with this. I think he was just as surprised as I was.
I think that here's the thing, when you live stream and you do stuff like that and something like that comes up, you have to be responsible in the first place. If it's the first time it's happened to you, I can be very charitable and like, hey, you don't know what to do, you weren't sure how to handle it, and it kind of got through, and then you took it down. But you can't just take it down, you need to make a statement about it. You need to be like, okay, this happened, I acknowledge this happened, this is what's correct, this is what's not correct, this is what I agree with, this is what I don't. You need to explain what has happened. Otherwise, shit like this happens. And then we gotta deal with the fallout of it, because now this is a thing that's all over the place.
Wait, you mean like how I quoted her as her saying she was going back to being a passive observer, and then
The hell did that
asking...
happen?
Yeah, right.
The video that Ned was just referencing when she was going to go disappear and everything, this was after the whole thing about that bullying video where it was advised to her to, in some way, shape, or form, trim a whopping 7 seconds out of the video.
It's not even 7 seconds.
The fallout from that was, I'm leaving, I'm gone, I'm going back to being a passive observer. That's where 2 words from one of my comments about her came from. It was from her own fucking mouth, where she said she was going back to being a passive observer. But then, people talked me back into staying around and coming back into the public.
Who's gonna take responsibility for that?
well, here's another thing too.
Because
How
I don't
about,
believe it. I think she did it
How
wrong.
about this? Because we know many people have closed down their channels and or rebranded themselves. How hard would that have been? Yeah, it probably would have been a little bit difficult. Which, when you usually end up doing that whole rebrand and going in a different direction, you actually go in a fucking different direction.
Rocks are
You did-
agnostic for 2, which I know is one of the trolls, says, do you guys get tired of being a victim 24/7? Yeah, we do get tired of getting harassed 24/7. Thanks for noticing. It's pretty exhausting.
Yeah.
Thanks for the $2, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey. I feel
Well,
like...
you know,
I feel
how
like
this-
maybe
this
they
Scottish?
didn't quite get the message across that they wanted to.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
Also,
they don't-
imagine saying that when we're talking about Crafty, who will cry victim at the drop of a hat. Someone talked about a tweet about me that I put out. Oh my goodness, they're gonna kill me!
That nobody
Yeah.
knew was even about her until she said it was about her.
Right?
Or nobody even
Like,
knew the tweet
my
existed.
goodness.
we were actually I was in
Self-awareness
going over her pattern of behavior. I was actually getting to the point where she was going to start doing that exact thing, because we were talking about her we were complaining about her, and immediately her first reaction was to cry victim. We were bullying her. Like, that's
Surprise.
why she reacted to, you know, she was going to dox Ilya. Like, that was her reaction to all the bullying that she was receiving, because she's the victim.
Yeah.
And
Imagine you're being bullied when you get pushback for trying to dox people, and supporting someone who's threatening violence against people on the basis that they
On her behalf.
mentioned your tweet. Yeah. So this is the worst thing that happened from AT2 and Manya. They mentioned a tweet that you drew attention to, Crafty, in a server that isn't actually really like just open to the public.
We never even mentioned the tweet.
You alluded to it. That's true. You just alluded to it.
No. This
even
that happened after the fact.
No.
After the fact. Fuck it, man.
Yeah, Dapper. If you go look, because it's there.
A video.
Yeah, she was asking about a video that I was starting to work on 2 years ago now.
That you can tell how long ago that was, because it was that video was originally part of 3 videos that were going to come out. The first one was my video that came out around Christmas time, and that's the cumulative case, the curious case of Crafty Keela. Yeah. So a long time ago.
And so
well, my apologies. Apparently,
the reason why she and people around her have attributed my response to Manya as being related to the tweet was because of a whopping 4 words. Failed politician, passive observer.
Come to that conclusion.
The thing is like, even if you were to make the argument to say like, hey, this thing happened and I think it might be this person, that would be fine to speculate. Like, I don't even think it wouldn't be that convincing. But or maybe if there was like a turn of phrase that AT2 tends to use that was in there, then maybe I would find that more convincing at the very least. But like, it's such like a reach. But I think Ned had something. What you got?
This whole thing started when I discovered that Ivy had no access to the side chat.
Yeah.
Then further on, she said, I am not coming to other people's side chats because these guys are dangerous. But who is dangerous here? She was the moderator of this chat. She had the power to mute Ivy. And she also is the moderator in this we agreed to disagree chat.
Mm-hmm.
Would she do that the same there? Does I still forgot his name, but does he know about that?
Taddy, you mean?
No, I mean, oh my God, names. Conspiracy Cats.
Oh.
Does he knows that? Does he know that she does that?
I know his association with Crafty does not help him at all.
No.
Nobody's association
I made
with
a
Crafty
piece of
helped
music
them.
for Conspiracy Cats, and I think we're on very good terms.
I mean, look, when we complained to the shills, they stood behind Crafty. They defended her tooth and nail all the way up to the point of the dox threat. It took that for them to finally, like, go back and say, okay, we can't stand behind this one thing.
And even then, they still defended it a little bit, and then...
Right. They stood behind everything else, except for those words, and she stabbed them in the back. Because she was like, how dare you not stand behind every word I say?
Yep.
Because she was like, how dare you not be 100% my simps?
Well,
you bastards.
And that's the thing, is I've never seen any of them come out and clarify. And if I remember correctly, Taddy is, or was, part of that group of people. So I props to them if they're able to get away from her. but I know that whatever damage they did to their friendships on her behalf have stayed severed. Because haven't seen hide nor hair of either of them, or any of them, and they were never my issue. I mean, they said some dumb things, and I said they were dumb things, but, I mean...
Dick Dawson coming at me on Twitter and accusing me of...
Yeah, Dick Dawson
shit.
accused us of, because of all this, accused me and Manya of calling CPS on Amy Hogan because the call came from out of state. And we were both like... What?
That's a big stretch.
And then he's complaining, saying that, well, we're responsible because we talked about her parenting. We never talked about her parenting. So I don't know what the hell.
Never,
then
ever.
he said that I had deleted the video where we did, but I didn't delete any video, so I have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
And when people give him the link to that video, he's like, oh, I'm not going through all that. I'm like, mate, you only have to open transcript and look for the word mother or parent, and you will realize the context. I never found anything. I went there. It's so easy. These people are so
say
ignorant on
anybody
purpose.
should file anything. We never mentioned CPS. We never said anything about whether or not... We said that... The only thing we said was that your kid is your responsibility, not anybody else's. Don't use them as a shield. That has nothing to do with anything about her parenting style, nor whether or not she is correct or incorrect. It's the fact that she brought up that her kid was freaking out because of what was going on online. And it's like, that's not our job.
Yeah, like, don't bring your child on internet. This just like KJ did. She brought a child on internet and everybody started scrutinizing her. You bring the cat out of the bag, everybody will play with it. That's what I keep saying. And for somehow, and then the narrative changed with Dick Dawson somehow was that us mentioning that don't use your child as a shield, prompted someone in our audiences to call CPS.
Who? Where?
You really need to bring up, you really need to bring up proof. Or else just shut the fuck up.
Here's the thing about all of these claims that people are calling CPS. In order to report someone to CPS, you actually have to know private information for them. You can't just be like, I think this YouTuber is... You have to be like, this person in this area.
Yeah.
I think they're doing that. So every time I hear this...
Well, I don't believe for a second that there even was a CPS call at that case.
Yeah.
I just want to let everybody know, this is my point for saying all those things, is that this is what we can look forward to now. She's going to have a stream, so this is what we can look forward to in this stream. She's going to play the victim.
Of course
She's going to be the victim now of what we're saying here. So we all get to look forward to her new, I guess, simp army that she's trying to gather, and they're going to, I guess, attack us. Oh no! And then she's
what do you
going
mean?
to
We're
attack
obviously
us.
all victims because the people that are protecting Crafty are coming in here to try to throw names at us, but not actually be able to deal with any of the argumentation or the points, or us stating things that happened is harassment.
She needs new white knights for herself.
I'd be willing to bet that someone will try to counter my you need to actually know personal information for a CPS report with something like the Daddy 05 reports. I'm like,
that was real.
Yep.
Like, on
Daddy
video.
05, that was bad.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
I even
bad.
did videos about Daddy 05. That was bad.
That was bad. That was
really,
horrible.
really
that
bad.
was all on camera. That wasn't like, oh, somebody's complaining or saying, hey, my child is upset by this. Well, okay, that's a you problem. That's not a CPS issue.
Yeah. And just to counteract those arguments before they come in, there's a huge difference in a report where you can be like, look at this YouTube video, you need to figure out who this is, here's someone abusing a kid, and hey, I don't have any evidence, and I don't know who they are or where they live, but they're abusing their kid. Big difference.
If somebody
And-
called
Like-
CPS, it had nothing to do with us. If somebody called CPS.
Yeah. Fuck, man. I don't believe in that.
Well, it's because everything that happens that's bad is the direct result of other people and definitely is not your fault. Oh, and it's people that don't like you because they're all out to get you. Because, you know, that's the thing that they do, so they like to project that on the other people.
It's like
Everyone I
and-
don't like is literally Hitler.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for Holy Spackle, looks like you're okay with Crafty. You're saying that Crafty is better than everyone else on this panel. So it looks like for you, Crafty is people who make false accusations are okay.
No. Listen, no. Spackle just thinks that her avatar is okay.
What? Not
She's
that.
not. She's
Not just
like,
that.
fooling
She's too
anyone.
Western. Totally
not
not
just
racist.
that, Manya. Spackle has her own history of making claims and then not backing them up that go back about 4 years.
Late gas.
Spackle, you were saying that I'm being menacing by defending myself. What about you taking screenshots and and putting together a video of my super chats? What was that? Well, by the way, thanks for putting my my message out to your audiences. That was great. You did that. But what was your purpose? Or what was the purpose of that video that you did?
I mean,
You're
don't worry
trying
about
to
Spackle.
you're trying to
Spackle's-
bully me because I have money and I like to spend it.
It's okay. It's
Spackle's
You
just...
the
jealous
kind of-
bitch.
I
Spackle's
think
the
the
kind of ally
purpose
you
could
want.
be something.
Calm down.
I
Hold
think
on.
the purpose is more
Mr.
to-
Wait. Time out. Mr. Series go, then Keon go, then Jack go.
Holy Spackle's the kind of ally that you want Crafty to have.
Yeah, I know, right?
Burn. Burn.
What you got, Keon?
Yeah, Keon has been quiet.
Keon, you're muted or something.
Yeah, I see Keon turning green, but I hear nothing.
Hey, hello everyone. Yeah, it was very quiet.
Is that all you had?
Oh my god. Can you hear me?
Hey.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Sorry.
Some technical problems.
I think it's my connection.
This
Oh my god.
broadcast
Can
is
you hear me
facing
now?
some tech-
Yep, we got you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Let's see.
Let the cat speak.
I
Yes.
know, right?
Can you hear
Cat
me?
is awfully
Hi.
quiet.
Yes.
Yeah,
Can
we
you hear
can
us?
hear you.
I'm sorry. It's Spackle on the chat.
Yep.
She was.
She's still there because I cannot see my
Well,
YouTube.
she's hidden now.
Sorry.
probably
I know
someone-
I'm entertaining you. I heard
someone
a
took my
story
toy
about
away.
Holy Spackle. Well, I heard. Yeah. I heard
I
a
think
story
Keon's having
about
some technical problems.
Rough.
Holy Spackle calling CPS on Sheriff
Oh,
for Christ.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh, okay, let me try again. I'm going to get.
He's gonna reconnect.
Now, there is a serious question we have to address. Is Keon's avatar an overly sexualized underage avatar?
God, never try to guess anime characters' ages.
Never. No.
Well,
Oh
the
my God,
answer is
this-
obviously yes.
That's-
Well, yeah, clearly.
All I was going to
Okay.
say was, I think the purpose of that was just to feed into the narcissistic behavior that she quite clearly demonstrates every time she opens her mouth. And it's not so much go to tell strangers, like, these are the people I'm having problems with, and these are the reasons why. It's more for the echo chamber that she's built for herself, and everyone in there to go, oh, yes, you're the victim. Yes, we feel so bad for you. That's what she's interested in.
It's like when Holy Spackle does it, for some reason, it's funny, it's joke. But when I do it to defend myself, it's menacing. Holy Spackle, your double standards are like, do you see how you look? And then you bully me for drinking and shit and tell me to my face that I have a drinking problem when I don't. I don't. I'm a healthy person. My liver's fine. and my kidneys are fine. Thank you very much. That's not bullying. That's not menacing. Oh, that's funny because you are doing it, isn't it? Right. Fuck.
Okay.
And
I'm just waiting to hear this magical
I think she's just mad she got
recording that
rickrolled.
they have. Well, there's that too. But I'm still waiting for this magical recording that Spackle and Tyler Durden said that they had of me from 4 years ago, admitting to calling the cops on them.
Why would that... hold on. Well, why do they have an issue with you calling the cops on them? They're perfectly fine with calling the FBI falsely, admittedly so. So why would that be a problem, even if you did?
Yeah.
Well, because of double standards.
Oh, right. Okay.
The kettle.
You gotta remember that there are
sorry,
rules for
can
them,
you
and
hear
then
me?
there are rules for you, and you don't get to apply their rules to them.
I mean, I wouldn't want to apply their rules anyway. Their rules are arbitrary and kind of garbage and make no sense.
The rules are. What are you talking about? The rules are great if you're part of the in-group.
No, they're really not. Even if you're part of the in-group, they're not good rules. They make no sense.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Hi, Keon.
Yep.
Hey, how's everyone?
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
We're tired of being harassed. We're tired of being victims 24/7.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Now, I saw a video recently, like 2 months ago, about Holy Spackle calling CPS on Shiny for Christ.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that too.
Yeah, it's. I don't know what to say about that, but I think it's creepy that this person is talking about everyone's children, you know, like she does with Steve.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point.
Talking about
Spackle's kind of known for going after IRL and going after people's kids.
Well, yeah, it's like she has this fetish for bad parenting.
Yeah.
Fuck.
There are so many better ways to phrase that.
It's okay. English is a second language.
But it is accurate.
That is true. We don't really have child fetishes on our side.
It is because no, but the fetish is well, you know,
Bad
It's an
paradise.
obsession.
And be the savior of the kids for some reason.
sick. It's let me say, yeah, she has a sick, you know.
Her focus, where her mind goes, is not like a.
She wished she was the one who called CPS on Daddy-O5. That's what it is about.
It kind of reminds me of when we were talking about T-Spiracy, right? Because when we were talking about T-Spiracy, we were talking about how, like, why are you so invested in children being harmed? And when you find out no children are being harmed, you're like, no, children had to have been harmed. Like, why do you want that? I don't know why Spackle wants children to be being harmed in this case. Like, why would you not be happy to find out that that's not the case?
Because then Spackle can't feel like a hero.
Yeah, I was about to say
the hero no one asked. Like, how low is your self-esteem?
Seriously.
Well, she is friends with Crafty.
Wait, so how low is your self-esteem?
Yeah. Like, to the underground, to the core of the earth. Somewhere lost in the magnetic fields and the lava.
It's just like this whole victim thing. It's like, why is your value to yourself based on how much sympathy you can get from other people, to the point where you feel it's necessary that you have to make it up?
Well, I mean...
Go to a therapist?
Well, I mean, that would be a good idea. I mean, Crafty tried running for office, and given those results...
Oh, she got rejected.
I mean, that's putting it lightly. And then, like, she can't try, you know, doing YouTube, and given what happened with the shills and that rejection, now she's trying this again and doing literally the same crap again. I'd have to say her self-esteem should be low.
I would also suspect that perhaps maybe stop trying to do the same thing over and over and over again. Maybe try something a little different. Maybe
try to be a better person genuinely.
Maybe learn from your experience. So time exists, and you can learn.
You know what? I still think that that's allegedly time exists.
Allegedly time exists, and things happen, and you can learn from those things, so you can use that information in the future.
Jesh, if they haven't got it by now, they are not going to.
Yeah, because you say that about pretty much any time we've ever talked about this group of people ever. I do enjoy though that every time something like new-ish happens or a new-ish person happens, like Spackle and crew go out of their way to be like, oh, come be with me, come be a better person than you could ever be. Like, fuck you, I'm gonna go dox Crafty Keela.
They're so desperate to have anybody on their side, they'll take the bottom of the barrel.
But on their side for what? Shit they made up? Like, why?
Because the only people that are buying that shit are the bottom of the barrel. Everybody else is on top of them.
But she could have she could have just not though. Like, you could just not make random shit up about people.
Yeah, and it was like Spackle put a comment on my live stream that's not gone live yet. They're like, oh, we see your tactics. I'm like, did you see what Crafty put in? Like,
did you
see
we see what Crafty initiated with TeamSkeptic? Because Team's totally not acting like a wannabe gangster who's a thug.
Failed
I've
rapper.
got bond money, bitch.
He does come off like a failed rapper, doesn't he?
Oh no. He is.
I'm sorry, do we have like TeamSkeptic diss tracks?
Oh, please.
Video channel Shenanigans is going to have his rap.
See, okay, I'm going to point out real quick. So, you hear how 82 made a claim and kind of insulted TeamSkeptic and made a claim about him, and we all went, wait, what? And now he's not mad at us. He's not like, oh, how dare you question me. He's like, oh, no, don't worry, I got you.
It's that weird thing where, like, you make an accusation, you provide evidence, and then until the evidence is provided, we remain unconvinced.
Okay, so if I put this in YouTube, something will come up.
Just a general search. It'll most likely be Facebook that comes up.
Should I screen share? I guess then.
Oh no!
You're right.
Oh no! 82 is doxing TeamSkeptic.
What? I mean, this isn't a real name.
No, it's not. But I'm like, the twisting, the gymnastics that these morons will do with this shit. Oh, they doxed him. Oh, just like Crafty doxed herself, didn't she?
Cheshire, your server has way too many text channels.
Well,
just saying.
I don't know what to tell you about that. Do you want to do some kind of change to it?
No, it's your channel.
Kyle's Goldfish makes a very good point in the live chat. It's actually really sad how many friendships were ruined because of Crafty and Ilya.
Oh yeah.
That's a very good point. People I don't get it. Crafty is a big girl. Why do these morons think they need to come and white knight for her? Like for me, for example, Cheshire's today's video was specifically about VTubing, right? And VTubers, and anime.
Well, it was just about how ridiculous it is to make the insinuation that because somebody is using an anime avatar that they're like some kind of creep or weirdo, and that's like a ridiculous claim to have made, and how like absurd that gets as soon as you think about it for longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That has
my
been
live stream is
rhetoric.
Different, and I'm doing it on my own.
That has been like debunked bullshit Twitter online rhetoric since like 2006, because people have been using anime avatars as long as avatars have existed.
Yep.
All right, I should have probably put out there that the reason why I have an avatar, and I've been using one on Twitch for like the last few days, just to use it as a proof of concept, and it's actually been working really well.
Good.
Is because of my disability. It actually helps with the fact that I don't have to like sit up straight and keep myself focused in the camera and stuff like that, and make sure that I'm like super presentable and stuff. I can just sit super comfortably and be slouchy as all hell and just play. and not have to, like, you know, like, sit in a way that's uncomfortable and be in pain for days just to stream for like an hour. I could stream for several hours, and it's
wow. So you
awesome.
mean that maybe somebody going around and calling anybody who uses an avatar a creep and a weirdo, they might be using it for altruistic reasons or reasons that are beyond their control, like a disability.
And by the way, someone who themselves habitually uses an avatar.
Well, of course.
Because we can't forget that this entire time, Crafty is using an avatar of herself that's, let's just say, amplified in some of the sexiness.
Well,
just a little bit.
Well, and the thing, I can't wait to see if she tries to throw whoever made her avatar under the bus. Well, I didn't even make it.
And I did make my avatar, like, every bit of it I made. Like, well, I didn't. I started with like a.
Oh my god! The last
outline.
I found the Twitter came up from typing that in, and the last post is from 2015. It's still active. Like, it's still an active Twitter account, and it links to live streams, to a Twitch channel.
Everything he tried before the Lego Man became a thing.
Last streamed 4 years ago.
I it's okay, you know, to give it a try on different things and finding your niche, you know, and going with that.
Sure, yeah, that's
it's
normal.
fine doing that.
No.
But then don't let it go in your head and start start threatening people like you're some mafia boss or something. Your number of subscribers does not give you credibility or legitimizes your claims. You still are supposed to, you know, demonstrate why certain claims should be believable or justified. So it's funny, and he did this in front of his at that time 50,000 subscribers, where he threatened me on 82, and he took my university name. And there are people in his live chat who are from New Zealand, and I'm quite sure they are in Uni's live chat too. So, Crafty, you see the consequences of your actions?
Mind you, he was around 43,000, I think.
Okay, yeah. So 43,000. That's a big number, man.
That's a lot.
And he had people from in his live stream, you know, super chatting him from New Zealand.
Well, he said, do you want me to put out to my people what the piece of shit you are? As it, like, you're implying that your followers are going to do something if you put that out. So, one, what kind of people are you cultivating and you have following you that you want to be following you, because you're indicating that this is a good and positive thing and implying that they should do something if you do put that information out.
I got a little bit of thing to add to that. Would that be considered grooming?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't use...
Not grooming, but it definitely
it's
would be...
I would use the word priming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was making sure.
It's really flirting with the line of a call to action.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And Crafty doing nothing about it. And playing the victim in the side chat.
Well, it's like Crafty would probably be the one threatening to dox you. So, but she learned her lesson, so now she's got... I mean, I'm pretty sure that she's the one who got him to say those things.
Well, if she wasn't making false accusations and going to... Right, yeah, he's still responsible for what he said and did, without even confirming whether or not it was the case or going off the way he did. However, she instigated him, because otherwise why would he have even spoke about it at all, without getting information from her?
I do want to say real quick, I am currently unconvinced that the claim of the rapping career of TeamSkeptic is confirmed. Like, I found the page in question, but like I don't see his face anywhere. I can't hear his voice anywhere. So currently,
I'm not sure if I would call it a career.
You're not just believing what we're saying whole cloth. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know,
you don't belong in the skeptic community by being a real skeptic.
The display picture on Facebook looks like Team.
Oh, I couldn't find it on Facebook.
Oh no,
Maybe...
it's no, that's
Rice channel shenanigans, man.
Well, yeah, I typed in the thing that was in there, the name.
Wait, why is his mutual friend Jay Brown? I found thoughts by Jay Brown on Facebook, and he's...
Now you can dox everyone.
Hey, listen, I didn't apparently.
Everybody gets a dox.
Apparently, if your information is on Facebook and somebody comes across it, it's doxing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, never mind. I am now sufficiently convinced. Because yeah, I just saw that and I'm like, yeah, no, that's the same guy.
I haven't used Facebook in over a decade. I'm not about to start now just for this stupid shit.
Yeah, I'll just look at the screenshot.
This was posted 2017.
Nathan Termson says, no, it's him. He brought it up multiple times ages ago on his gaming channel. I mean, like, look, I'm not going to go dig through the archives of his gaming channel. Sorry. I don't care nearly enough.
Oh, okay. So, like, this is all...
It's not an extraordinary claim.
And this is all information that he's confirmed and put out.
Hey, also on top of that...
Boxing.
I have to agree with Dapper.
No,
Who wants to go and watch him die countless times and show how bad he is at his favorite game?
Oh, that's just mean.
For all I know, he's great at it. I just don't care enough.
And go out, try things, and get whatever works for you. That's fine. But then don't let it go to your head, man. For fuck's sake.
I mean, this does have a name on it. I don't know if Team has ever said what his real name is, and I don't know if this is his real name. But this does have a real name, a real looking name on it.
Chash. He did.
Oh.
On non-sec.
Oh!
And he was talking, the interview about the sensory deprivation, which also had other things being sold through the business, through a business partner that he totally didn't support, but it was totally woo crystal shit.
Is it coming off now that the Team is into woo crystal shit?
Like I said, there are some people who are far more about the numbers and the money than they are the intellectual integrity of what it actually means to be truly skeptical about things that are going on in the world.
Looking at somebody's public Facebook page is doxing.
Looking at and also not sharing it on the public stream.
Right.
Like, so far, no one in chat who isn't on the server has any option about this. And also, I don't think we can confirm that that's... Well, actually, I guess since it was on the non-sequitur show, I guess we could confirm that was his known name.
Well, that's just him. That's just him putting out the information and then finding other public information.
Now you know why he was so quick to defend Crafty when she fucked up in the same way.
Well, I mean, if he if he fucked up, then just say that. Be like, shit, guys, I fucked up. You still have to live with the consequences of your actions. Other people can now go find that forever. But you know what? Some of us aren't assholes and will go out of our way to, censor something out or edit some audio or, take out... I have, and I posted the clip of Team saying Manya's university name, but I edited out him saying the name. I took the audio down and just put university name. So, it stopped, at least a lot of us are willing to prevent the spread of that information, even if it's, when I took the screenshot of that tweet to show exactly who it was that had tweeted it and when it was tweeted, I still blocked out that URL so that way people couldn't I'm blocking the spread of that information. On behalf of Crafty, I'm helping protect her and her shit that she doesn't want out there, but keeps putting out there. It's like if Team didn't want this information out there, then he probably could have gone to Steve and or Kyle and said, hey, I didn't mean to say that part of my name, can you edit that audio? And they would say, yeah, and they'd just bring that down. No problem.
And before I go grab dinner...
Yeah, we should wrap up.
There's one phrase that I've been using for a while that just keeps coming back around when we're talking about these types of people and how they all miraculously end up being tied together some way.
Wow.
Shits of a flavor clumped together.
Yeah. Great.
Thanks for that one.
You're welcome. I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, bye.
See ya.
Later.
Okay.
Before we wrap up, though, I one last thing about about my predictions of the future.
Yeah.
These simps, they're going to have an issue that the same thing that the shills had to deal with is that Crafty's going to keep ramping up her behavior until she gets to a point, just like with the whole doxing threat thing, where they're not going to be able to like talk their way out of a situation. They're going to have to rebuke something that she says. And the second they do that, she's going to stab them all in the back. So we'll get to look forward to that eventually. So that'll be fun.
I can't wait till like the private DMs are released, or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, well, that's the
Like,
thing.
you know, they said something we didn't like, so I'm gonna, you know, reveal to the public some information they didn't want revealed, or some bullshit like that.
The thing is like there's just this weird idea of conspiracy. There's this weird idea that, oh yeah, all these people are sitting around. You'll notice that I didn't have a stream sitting around talking shit before my video showing shit. Right? If I had just done this video and I didn't show you guys anything, that'd be shitty. That'd be wrong. I shouldn't do stuff like that because I'm not showing anything. I'm just talking shit. However, my video came out first. And you know who else's video came out way beforehand? Ivy's video. So there was one time where this came up before my video did, and Nikki brought it up on We're Back non sequitur video. And we all laughed, talked about Ivy's video a little bit, then moved on. And was like, oh, don't worry, we'll get there. So, like, the information already existed. But I've never seen on any of the people's that are in that hangout or on Crafty's own channel any video that actually shows anything. It's just her flapping her fucking face because she doesn't know how to close her goddamn mouth about anything. It's just the first thing that fucking comes into her brain, as ridiculous as it may be, because you didn't think about it for longer than half of a second about what the consequences or the ramifications of what you're saying would actually mean if it were reality.
Josh, you gotta remember, she threw out a bunch of, at best, circumstantial evidence.
No, I wouldn't even call it that. Yeah. She threw out...
That's why I said at best.
I wouldn't use the word...
Best.
No, not even at best. Not even there. I wouldn't even go that far. The best that she did was unsubstantiated accusations. Circumstantial accusations. She didn't even bring out anything that I would call fucking evidence.
And was already floating around the community for a minute in certain areas anyway, so...
Right.
Keon was trying to say something. Keon, did you want to say something?
Oh, no. Well, many things, but related to Ned. Ned, I appreciate that you defend yourself from the accusations from Craft Gila, which are pretty exaggerated, to be honest. But I think that crafting, I don't think Craft is that dumb talking about people using avatars of females when they are not females and all this shit. Is there a chance that maybe Crafty knew you were Ivy?
She absolutely knew.
Before?
She knew. From the beginning.
Yeah, she admitted she knew.
But to be the voice of Ivy.
She made it clear beforehand.
Yeah.
She offered to be the voice for Ivy. And she got
made
rejected.
those accusations. Yeah.
She
made those accusations knowing.
Yeah, I've seen the screenshots.
I sent the only 2 pages of DMs to Chess. She knows.
Yeah.
She wanted to play the voice from Ivy. She knew from the beginning. Absolutely.
Then what she was doing was character assassination.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Slander.
And Ivy says that in a video. I made Ivy say that in the second video because Ivy had.
The funny thing is that even when she was saying that and extrapolated to everyone who was using enemy character avatars and was being like that, being a creepy stalker, or
I guess Spackle is a
pedophile
creepy
in the
stalker
worst-case
for
scenario.
using the avatar she does then.
Yeah.
Because that's the reason.
Well,
That's
she
the
did
thing.
hold the-
That's the thing that makes Spackle a creepy stalker, not her behavior. It's the avatar.
Talking about hiding behind Childs, he said, Crafty said, "I'm hiding behind my avatar."
Yeah.
Well, my avatar is a
it was
goose,
because-
so obviously I'm sexually attracted to geese.
I want to just point out how ironic it is for her to say that from behind her own avatar.
Yeah, why are you so upset about people doxing you,
The
Crafty?
others.
Grow a set of balls and speak for
And the
yourself.
others of the other
Yeah,
people.
have you seen her live streams, like where she changes the clothes of her avatar, and she wears the sexy one piece, which is like
The skin
her
tight
chest
one.
is like revealing. Yeah, what's that, Crafty?
Letty says, why did Crafty want to play an overly sexualized underage character, huh?
I think this is the way Crafty wants to look. I've seen a picture of her. She is not that handsome.
She very much, considering she was in the crowd of
And to be
like,
honest-
oh, Chesh is never gonna be the host of Nonsec, and now she's reviewing Nonsec, and her in the side chat, she is so jelly. She is
Like,
so jelly.
I would say
Crafty's avatar is what she would look like if she were in the fucking Matrix.
Yep.
And it's
Yep.
like she
Yeah,
was
and-
so jealous, and her like the salt was oozing out of all her orifices in Spackle's side chat, and I'm so like, for someone who claims to be in control of everything, she let her jealousy get so much of her that she decided to spew all that bullshit against 82 and I, and bring up the doxing shit in that side chat, and that's when I was like, okay, you're giving the trolls against me and 82 more fuel to go ahead with. You have done that in the past, and you're doing it again. I drew the line there. I'm like, I'm done. Fucking bitch.
I can't wait
Yeah,
to
go
see
ahead.
whatever she's totally got to
In the
release.
process of trying to demonize,
Yeah.
and in the process of trying to demonize Ivy and Ned with the avatar, she did do a good service to the other people that were using avatars too in that same stream.
That's what I mean. She just implicated everybody,
Yeah.
including herself, in that live stream.
Well, you know why I use Ivy as an avatar? Because I cannot talk into a microphone. I think you have noticed that already.
Yeah,
Yes.
sometimes people are not good at or not practiced or prefer to have, like, sometimes people would rather not be on camera when recording their scripts because they have a hard time reading a script and not looking like they're reading a script.
And
I mean, have you ever heard of
it's
Ziggy
completely
Stardust?
understandable.
Having an avatar on YouTube is incredibly common.
Have
I'm pretty sure
anyone
Ziggy Stardust
here
is
know
an
who
actual alien?
Ziggy Stardust is?
Yeah, he was the actual alien from Britain, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking. The reason Ziggy Stardust has all that makeup on is because Bowie was too, like, self-conscious about going up on stage. He would face away from the audience when he sang. He would dress up in this like garish costume because he didn't have the confidence to put himself out there. That's why Ziggy Stardust is a thing.
Yeah.
This is not new behavior.
No.
People can be entertaining and not want to show or not and be worse at it when they are using their real face. But if they put on a character, they find it a lot easier to express
Did
themselves.
you guys know Red's rhetoric is
Oh, he
a
was his
plumber
own
and he's the
character.
ugliest man on the planet?
I did know that.
That's character.
And
It's
is
funny.
it true
Like,
that if you see, is it true that if you see Red's face, your eyes
Yeah,
melt?
true fact. That's a real thing. So, like, one of the things that kills me is, like, they're like, oh, no, people can't play characters on the internet. It makes me think that they're actually just as horrible in real life, which is why all of them have so much time on their hands to do what they do. Because nobody's going to interact with them in real life, because they are that way in real life. They're not playing characters. They're not actually joking.
yeah, and like for like Crafty, like you have your own avatar, right? And you change its clothes once in a while to make it look appealing to your audiences. And then you attack other people who use avatars when they've made it perfectly clear. Crafty, you need some serious help. Go and get some help. You don't realize that you're so ignorant that's now you're trying to harm other people's reputations for your ego. It's going to catch up. It's catching up with you.
Well, it's only catching up because people have decided they don't want to talk about.
Exactly.
Like, they want to deal with you anymore.
You try to shut them down. You try to bully them. You try to shut them down. And you try to make these...
Somebody tell this lady about D&D.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a change... my character was
tell her about
furries. That changed forms. So yeah, like... Crafty,
I'll be anything you want to meet me to be, baby.
I also have changed avatars, and the first one that I used was actually a real anime character. Well, yeah, I didn't draw it myself, but then the next one that I posted on Twitter, later on YouTube, I drew it myself. And at that time, Cheshire made an avatar about me, which is pretty cool. And I didn't use it because, one, I didn't draw it, and second, I had to ask permission to Chesh to use it, and she granted it, and I used it on Twitter, also in my channel.
I don't think she understands that when she talks so openly and candidly about people, like Ned, about how she really feels about these situations, even though how it seems like really weird, like an alien to us, because it doesn't make any sense to us. Like, it doesn't say anything about Ned. It doesn't say anything about him at all. It doesn't, because there's nothing to back it up. It's just her.
She doesn't have a good enough reputation for her word to be worth anything on its own.
Yeah, there's a comment I made in the live chat, of the video. It was like, if you think that Ivy-kun is over-sexualized, it says more about you than it does about Ivy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
She's got a dirty mind. She's got a dirty mind. Ugh.
Dirty mind.
Her words are opening a window for us to see into her. So as she's talking, we get to just sit here and just stare into her and see who she really is. Like, that's what she's doing when she's opening her mouth and being candid and saying what she really feels. She's not telling us about Ned and telling us all these bad things about Ned. What she's really doing is showing us who she really is. So we don't learn anything about Ned, but we really do learn is how much of a absolute horrid bitch that Crafty Keela is.
All right, unfortunately, guys, I gotta get going real quick.
Yeah, so... we're wrapping up here. So last words.
Well, really quick.
Sorry, go ahead.
Really quickly there, Mr. Serious, be careful what you stare into. It's dangerous to stare into abysses and black holes like that.
No, we do that on my channel all the time. It's great fun.
He plays with danger every day.
Lives on the edge.
I just want to say, look, no one is allowed to have an avatar that doesn't look exactly like them, and if your avatar is a female, that automatically makes you a pervert. That's it. That's
what we learned today.
Works, guys. Good job, everybody.
Cancel Samuel Jackson.
Yes, also cancel Samuel Jackson. Later, guys.
Bye. Alright, anybody got anything else as we wrap up here?
I'll say Global Mom from the live chat said, Crafty has a political, psychological, and debate background. She knows exactly how to manipulate people. She has, and she does manipulate people. The problem is when she gets outmatched by other people on internet who know what to recognize, and they recognize it and call Crafty out on it. She is outmatched by everyone on this panel today. Anyone can outmatch her. So it's only as good as you learn and grow more and use it for better arguments. There's no point of having what's the point of having a good political and psychological and debate background when all you do is attack people without any proof and evidence or justified belief or anything like that? It's nothing. It's just you blabbing into space, and you think you're good. You need to learn and grow more. Even debaters need to always learn and grow more. So she's outmatched here.
This is a question I want to ask. What content does Crafty Keeler make that isn't just drama bullshit?
Channel is, I don't know, she just talks shit on her channel all the time. I don't know. She tries to make it drama free, I guess, but when she brings in drama, she just opens every door and black hole that's out there. And she's just a moron to do that. Do your thing. I was like, if she had kept her word and kept quiet and just did her thing, I had fucking no problems with that. But she didn't, and I kept an eye on that. Just because I didn't speak Crafty doesn't mean that I've given up on the agreement.
Yep.
I'm watching you, and I'm observing you, and now I've decided I'm going to draw the line.
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah, it's a strange bit of virtue signaling. It's like, keep my name out of your mouth. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm watching that. Well, not, but what she's been doing, just constantly talking about it, while pretending not to talk about it. It seems extremely childish. Just move on with your life, please, Crafty. No one here would be talking about you unless you were talking about Cheshire, whatever, first.
Side note. Yes, all very mature, but I'm gonna wrap it up here. So
I got one more.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not kidding when I keep posting that Twitter. I'm always lurking. You can thank the YouTube algorithm for that.
Nice.
All right. Well, I think at the end of the day, we basically just have to break. We end up down in the depths of having, if you want to build a channel, you need to build it off of your own character, not off of trying to tear down other people's. Especially when you have nothing to throw at anybody. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you. I swear, I'm gonna do it. Okay. We'll catch you guys next time, and I don't know. Is it false advertising to get fired from a goat farm and then still use goat farming as your entire personality trait? I don't know.
Yes.
We could debate that in the comments down below whether or not you agree with Rez. Alright, I'll talk to everybody later. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Cheers.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, also real quick, Non Sequitur Show Patreon is back. We'll see you guys later. Bye!